So you onboarded your new client and you're so excited, but now what? I get this question often because so many coaches have the goods, but they wonder how to effectively package and deliver it. And so in today's video, I'm going to answer your question and talk about how you can create a comprehensive onboarding package and kit so that you can effectively communicate with your client and offer those amazing goods that you know you have to share. When onboarding a new client, the first thing you want to do is put yourself in your client's shoes. So what are some of the questions that you're going to have? What are some of the things that are going to excite you? What are some of the things that you'll be considering or wondering in the back of your mind? When you put yourself in your client's shoes, you make sure that you can speak directly to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive through each part of the onboarding package that I give to my clients that help the process to be streamlined and, dare I even say, fun. So the first part of the onboarding package is the cover of the onboarding kit. So on the cover, I'll say like my name or my business name, as well as I'll say like the name of the offer that they're joining. So if they're joining the Elevate Method, it'll say Elevate Method with Dr. Nicolia Williams. And that's just an example. The second page that I have inside of the onboarding kit and package is the table of contents, because sometimes clients, as they go through it, they have certain questions, and so they want to go straight to that section. So having kind of a layout is important. I like to equate onboarding packages to ebooks. And so when people get ebooks, you want to make it comprehensive, you want to make it reader friendly, and you want to make it be something that they know they can scroll through and get the answer that they need. After the cover and the table of contents, I have a welcome page where I welcome the client and I tell them why I'm so excited that they're there. I'll usually say something like, it's one thing to talk about your dreams, it's something different to show up for them. And so I'm sending you a hug and a round of applause to honor this decision that you made. Just something welcoming them and reminding them why this is an amazing next step. Now, you could have a general welcome section, or you could have like a personalized welcome section. One of the things that I do inside the Elevate Method, because my welcome packages are virtual, is I create a welcome video that's very personal, and that just really helps people to feel connected right away. After the welcome section, I share a little bit about who I am, and I'll also introduce the team. If you are a solopreneur, you can use this as an opportunity to just discuss who you are and introduce yourself so people get more insight about who you are behind the brand. The next section might be one of my favorite parts of my onboarding kit is the mission and the vision of my business. So I'll share my mission statement as well as my vision statement. The reason that this is so powerful is because your vision serves as a compass guiding your business, right? Your mission shows what's important to you and why it is that you're doing what you're doing. When you showcase these different parts of your brand, you help to connect with people on a deeper level. So let's say, for example, one of your top values is support. That's one of mine. And so I will talk about how we showcase support inside this program, with that being a top value of mine. What it does is it serves as a gentle reminder to my clients that they're extremely supported here. Also, sharing your mission and your vision statement will ensure that the client feels aligned with your business before they dive in. The next part of my onboarding kit is the what you can expect page. So I use this page to outline the project or the process that I'm going to take them through. So whether it's one-on-one, whether it's my coaching certification program, whether it's one of my group coaching programs and the like, I'll make sure that I lay out what they can expect throughout our time together. So on this page, what this includes is the time frame. Are we working together for 12 weeks? How many sessions do we have? What time of day will the calls be? That kind of thing. So it's right there in front of them. And if at any point, they need to understand or they forget something, they can reference this. For the programs that I have specific deadlines or expectations for, I'll put a layout on that same page, which includes like timelines and milestones, so that it serves as a guide for my client to know what to expect. So it may say something like Unit 1 will be completed by this date. You got to complete Unit 1 before moving into Unit 2, that sort of thing. The next section is the expectation section. So I like to break this section into two parts. I have the client expectations and then the coach expectations. For the coach expectations section, I lead by example. So I'll say things like, I promise to show up to calls on time. I promise to cancel within 24 hours if I need to cancel. I promise to keep your information confidential. Integrity is a strong value of mine, and so I hold myself to a high standard, and I think it's important for me to showcase that to my clients, especially because I have expectations for them. And that's why I like to lay mine out first and then move right into the client expectations. Now, I don't know about you if you've ever worked with clients before, but there are people that start with the most amazing intentions, but then life can get in the way. And so I've had clients in the past that will stop showing up for calls or not honor their payments. Or, I had a client who signed up, paid, and then went through the entire program not showing up at all, and then wanted to go through the next live round. And that wasn't really fair because I hold space for each person that comes through, and that was only me coaching at the time. And so that's when I realized it is so important to set that expectation early on for your clients to follow. So on this page, you'll want to explain what your expectations are when working with you. This may look like, how long the calls are going to be and what time you expect them to show up, how, soon they have for a cancellation, honoring other people's work. So like in my book writing bootcamp, because people will share titles or subtitles, I want to make sure that they honor confidentiality, and I always include it in this page, in this section. This is also a really good section to express boundaries. So you may say something like, you're free to email me, but I have a 24-hour or 48-hour turnaround time, or please do not email me something that you can bring to the coaching calls. You obviously want to word it in a way that they understand, but it's a great place and critical place to really set your expectations and the boundaries around the ways that clients should interact. I always like to think that this is their first time working with a coach, or if it's not their first time working with a coach, it's their first time working with you. And so you want to really be able to explain how you would like things to be streamlined and how you would like things to work. The next part of the onboarding kit is the next steps page. So this is where I put what's next. So what happens after you've read through this? What is the next thing you can expect? So I may say something like, come join our online accountability and support group on Facebook, or send me an email when you're done with this, or submit this wheel of life document so that I can see, what area we're going to dive into next. But I'm setting that expectation that there's a next step and giving them something to look forward to. So sometimes people will use this section to incorporate the contract. So it may say something like, submit your contract by this deadline, or be sure to sign your contract. The choice is yours. For me, typically I'll send my contract separately. Once they sign the contract, then I'll send the onboarding kit. But again, you get to decide how you want that to look. All in all, you can see that the onboarding kit and the process to working through it doesn't have to be complicated. You get to make it uniquely fit in with your business and your brand, as well as your clients' needs. One final suggestion that I would give you as you're making your onboarding kit and process is to remember that this is your client's first experience with taking that next step with you. And so you don't want it to be something that's just kind of thrown together or something that's just all willy-nilly, but you want to make sure that it's something that you've put your effort, energy, and thoughts into. You want to make sure it's something that you've carefully considered, and you want to make sure that as you're designing it, it really fits the impression that you want your client to have of your brand. Now, before I go, there's a question that I often get about this is, when should I send this? Should it be for one-on-one group coaching? And I'll tell you, the choice is truly yours. I send onboarding kits for group coaching as well as one-on-one. And that to me feels like a great way to really connect with my audience, help them to really know more about my business, help them to feel connected to my business, and also helping them to understand what to expect. Ultimately, you get to decide what feels aligned for you. So now that you have your client and the onboarding kit process understood and ready to go, if you are ready to elevate your coaching sessions, meaning take your client transformations to that next level, I have just the thing for you. I want to introduce you to my Elevate Your Coaching Sessions bundle, where you are going to learn the tools you need to facilitate the transformations that you desire. Through this bundle, you are going to learn some of my most life-changing modalities and resources that I have leveraged and used, not only personally, but in my coaching sessions that have allowed me to transform my coaching sessions and my client results. And the same gets to be possible for you. So use the details in the description box so that you can get access to the Elevate Your Coaching Sessions bundle. And trust me when I say, you'll be so grateful that you did.